Gary Biceps, otherwise known as Pitrowski, or vice versa?
Either or, either.
Okay. So, cliche question, man, just coming out of the gates. Why do they call you Gary Biceps?
Well,
obviously we got
deemed upon me by one of my old training partners.
Okay.
And it kind of stuck, I was like, I like that. So.
Right. Did you just were those the first to develop when you started lifting?
They're just there maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
they just
I'm just naturally gifted, but I definitely spend plenty of time doing curls,
Do you? That's curls for girls, right?
If you're not curling, then you're not taking your life seriously, I think.
Exactly, man. Do you now curling in the squat rack or
anywhere?
Anywhere. Okay.
If you're going to go heavy, you should do it in the squat
barred.
rack, right?
I agree.
Right?
Man. That's when you know you're serious.
That's when you know you're in.
So, guys,
it's an empty bar. Right?
Before I get into the hilarity, Gary Pitrowski, pro strongman, correct?
Yep.
Where you've competed in Arnold, you've competed all over the world too.
Yeah, I've done 3 international comps over in South Africa, Finland, Norway now. Try to get out there.
It's awesome, man. You're local to the area, right?
Yep.
Greenville, South Carolina.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. I think I first met you probably right when I first opened the Spartanburg store. What all goes into strongman as a sport? Let's just kind of cover that basics 101.
There's a lot that goes into it. Honestly, to me, that's why it's so appealing and so challenging. You have to be good at a lot of different facets. It's not just 1 rep maxes like powerlifting, but it's you got to be good. You got to have good endurance to do sometimes they're max reps events. Sometimes it's pick something up and carry it as far as you can.
Right. So leading up to an event, do you know exactly the?
You do.
Okay, you are told.
You're basically told. Generally, you're gonna have 5, 6 events. Here's what it is. Here's the weights of everything's gonna be. Here's the distances you got to carry. So you know how to get specifically.
Would you consider strongman a masculine CrossFit?
Not really. They're different.
But kind of. But not really.
Definitely manlier than CrossFit.
Okay. Yeah.
We are a weight class sport. So, it depends on who you are and what you are and what kind of person you want to be in your life,
Okay. So
I'm a middleweight pro strongman.
Okay.
So we compete at 231 and under. So again, on competition day, we weigh in day before, got to be under 231.
Ooh.
So for me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to be 275.
No.
That's a big, nasty cut.
Not at all.
Me, I don't like to get over 250.
Have you been 275 before?
Never.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Because there's no.
I would just feel like shit.
I would too.
Yeah.
High 250s is about the most I've ever been. I kind of came from the more bodybuilding world.
It shows.
When I started lifting. So I was like, I kind of get into the habit of meal prepping. I kind of got into that. And honestly, it's just another variable you can control, rather than, I'm going to eat more, I don't feel great, or my weight's dropping.
Right.
You know what you're eating, you know what you're taking in, you know how to adjust your macros and things like that.
Yeah.
Because it goes along with your performance.
It's
with anything. You should, if you're going to take it seriously, you should take your nutrition and lifestyle seriously.
I like what you said there, though. It's another variable, right? You have to gain control over those variables to have full control over your life. There's all those components. So I like
your
that.
Your performance is tied to a lot of different things. So why not? Your sleep is important, your recovery is performance, your nutrition's a huge part of that. So
Very much so.
If you want to be serious about your performance, you have to kind of be serious about all that.
I agree. Yeah. Wait, so you're telling me that I can't just come in and get a pre-workout and it, fuel all my progress?
You can. For a little bit.
Nah, man.
That's one of those things where talent gets you so far.
Right.
Hard work gets you farther.
Powerlifting, for example, I see that as kind of you versus yourself.
A little bit, yeah.
And then, same thing with bodybuilding in a way, even though you're squared up against other people.
Yeah.
What is strongman? Is it kind of you're facing off against another individual at the top? Or?
Generally, yeah. So, the thing that really kind of separates the strongman from powerlifting and things like that, the weight, you don't choose the weights.
Okay.
So, the weights are, you sign up for a contest, okay, overhead today, it's a 600-pound deadlift, 300-pound overhead, you're like, cool, okay, let's do it.
So you just got to,
it's either you got it or you don't.
Jeez, man.
Right?
Wow.
So, and it's also, for reps. Okay, so not only, do I have to be able to do it, the guy who's going to win is going to do 6. So, I got to,
Yeah, exactly.
It pushes you to kind of, and the higher you go with it, the more those increase. So, you can kind of have that natural talent and be naturally strong.
Yeah.
But, at some point, it's going to be hard.
Right.
And you have to be able to find out how to push yourself to those hard levels and get stronger.
I was going to say, probably a lot of, mental grit, too, just to force yourself through pain.
Yeah.
How do you design your training blocks? Do you do, a mesocycle type thing, or is it more block-oriented?
It depends. It really has to be competition-focused, too.
Okay.
It's hard, too, because there's really no competition season.
Yeah. So that's one thing I noticed.
Yeah. You could be competing first you could compete. I think the most I was really doing maybe 4 a year.
Wow.
I found that to be about manageable.
Okay.
But also not too much.
That gives you like 3-month increments.
Yeah. So generally, like I would kind of dedicate like about an 8-week block, just for dedicated contest training. And a lot of that, you've got strength building, you've got skill building that goes into it.
Okay.
So you have, I'd say like a general off season, you always kind of have these movements in that you're gonna have to be good at. Like deadlifting is always one log, loading and things like that, and everything's kind of variations upon that. Yeah. So as long as your general skills and those are good, you can kind of get by with dedicating less time to those. When you need to, I could probably get good at this in like 4 weeks and be working towards kind of something. But there's some things like I might need 8 weeks to like really get working at contest weight because I haven't done it in a long time, or like
that's true.
I've been working maxes and this thing's like 7 different implements for max reps kind of thing. And you're like, okay, there's a lot of different training.
Yeah, I was going to say, and with so many different components that you could be exposed to in a competition, it's like you might lose that skill after not training it for a while, right?
We have like 4 different things that we might end up overhead pressing. So it's like, which ones do you keep in rotation? Like, you usually keep your favorites in. And
I was going to say, I know.
Do it, like, okay, it's axle clean and press time, and I hadn't done that in 6 months because I don't like it very much. And
I hate it. Now, what does your supplementation look like as far as like what you just take on a daily basis?
I like to try to load up on my vitamins every day. I'll take stuff like a green supplement.
Okay.
Which just came out with a really good one. I load that up. Big fan of like vitamin D, fish oils, things like that. Really, I like intra-workout carbs, protein.
Very nice.
Usually hydration supplements.
Very awesome.
Kind of get me through the training sessions. I love that. Yeah. But it's kind of more simple than anything. It's something you can't really rely on, but it's a nice supplement. It's exactly what it is, a supplement.
Exactly.
Like, get your diet on point, that's 95%. That supplementation is the other 5%.
Exactly, man.
And it can be convenience with your carbs and protein, but for the most part,
Yeah, and that's what I tell people every day, man. It's like, and I hate it because the way these products look to the naked eye is like,
it's sexy.
This is going to get me where I need to be. No, it's going to supplement you.
It's going to help you a little bit.
Yeah, so that you can get yourself where you need to be, but it's never something to rely on fully.
Unfortunately.
Gary, man, thank you for sitting down with me, dude.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me.
It's been fun just kind of shooting the shit.
Absolutely.
And hope to have you back, and we'll do some other content as well.